Hi, welcome back. In this video, let's see how to make ghee using an instant pot. Today, I'll be using around 2 boxes of Kerrygold Irish butter. This is unsalted. You can use salted as well. I prefer Kerrygold because this is grass-fed. And in each box, you have around 4 bars of butter. One box is around 2 pounds. For making ghee, you will need butter. You will need a clean glass jar. This needs to be very clean, no water inside, and a strainer. You can also use cheesecloth, but I have a strainer, so I'm gonna use strainer. You can also make ghee using a stovetop, but I prefer instant pot because it's easy, it's timed, you don't have to babysit it, and there is no mess. So let's get started. One thing that's absolutely necessary for making ghee is you need to make sure there's no water in the inner pot. So if you have any doubts about it, you can just turn on saute mode for around 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure all the water is evaporated and the pot is clean. So meanwhile, I'm gonna open these butter sticks. So the butter slowly melts. You don't want to boil this too much. Once it's transparent and you see the milk solids separate, that's when your ghee is done. I'm just stirring this around to help the butter melt. It took around 8 minutes for the butter to completely melt. So I'm gonna let this saute until the milk particles separate and you see a clear liquid. So it's very dangerous to handle hot liquids, so let it completely cool down before transferring it into a container. Make sure your glass containers are really thick so that it doesn't break when you pour the liquid into the container. So it's been around 15 minutes and you can see the butter boil, and this is when you need to turn off, and this is when you need to turn off the instant pot. Some people prefer the ghee to be a little darker. If that is your preference, then you can go ahead and saute it for another 4 minutes. But I like my ghee to be golden yellow color. So I'm gonna let this cool for an hour, and this boiling point differs from butter to butter. So make sure, instead of concentrating on the timing, make sure you look at the consistency of the butter. So you can slowly notice the liquid turning transparent and darker. Let it cool down. It will take around an hour to cool down. Transparent liquid. So it took around an hour and it's completely cold and it's easy to handle now. So I'm gonna take this liquid and strain it. Make sure the container you're storing it in does not have any water in it. It's dry. Please save it in a dry container. And you can notice there's nothing that's stuck to the bottom, and this is very easy to clean. You can also take these milk solids, add some sugar in it and eat it. And I'm gonna close it. And then tomorrow, let's open it up. కాఫీ బీన్స్ దగ్గర అలా వాసన చూస్తే మీకు కొంచెం తలనొప్పి తగ్గుతుంది అనమాట. అది మ్యాటర్.
మంచిది.